Okay, today I'm going to make a short videos about the quadratic function, the type of root. Yeah, because a student actually told me that she couldn't find this video in my YouTube channel, and so I decided to make one, and a quick one. Okay, this is for SPM MF. Alright, if you take O level IGCSE, I think you do learn this one also. Alright, so yeah, for the quadratic function, you will always see something like b square minus 4ac. You always see something like b square minus 4ac. And then yeah, if you do like if you do a lot of practice in this topic, actually you will find out, you will always see something like b square minus 4ac equals to 0. It actually mean like 2 equal and real root, 2 equal and real root, and then you will see something like b squared minus 4ac. It will be bigger than 0. This one actually will mean like something like 2 distinct or different, distinct and real root. And then you will also see something like b squared minus 4ac less than 0. This one will mean no real root. Alright, but okay, first you have to understand what is the meaning of root first, because you always see the root. What's the meaning of root? Right? The root basically means what? The root actually means the answer of x. The answer of x means when you solve the equation, you will always see x equals to something. So root actually means the answer of x. So that, okay, if you see no real root means there's no answer for x. Means when you type the calculator actually will tell you it's math error. Okay, 2 equal and real root means both of your x will be the same answer. That's something like x equals to 2 and x equals to 2. 2 distinct and real root actually will mean 2 different x answer. Maybe x equal to 2, another x will equal to 5. Alright, but then, okay, how actually all these type of root come from? Okay, so if you learn about the quadratic, I believe you do see about this formula before. X equals to negative b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Right. Okay, if you see about this equation before, and then you will find out actually you will have b square minus 4ac inside here, and this one they call it determinant. Okay, this one they call it determinant. Determinant means b square minus 4ac actually decide how many x how many x answer do you have. Right, so you just imagine, okay, of course, if you learn about this formula before, after you use this formula, you will get x equals to some number, right? Something like 1.091, or maybe x equals to negative 0.741. Okay, this is just a random number. Okay, the purpose of this formula is actually to solve the quadratic equation and find out the answer of x. Alright, so, okay, over here, you just imagine if b squared minus 4ac equals to 0, so when you solve this equation, you actually will get negative b plus minus square root 0 over 2a. Okay, so no matter what is b and a, because square root 0 you know actually equals to 0, right? You only have one answer. So this is the reason why when b squared minus 4ac equals to 0, you only have one answer. So this one you have some important keyword over here. Is sometimes they will say, yeah, the curve is tangent to the straight line. Alright, you will see the word tangent mean they only touch at one point. Alright, so yeah, you will see the curve is tangent to the x-axis. Alright, so it can be curve tangent to straight line, or the curve is tangent to x-axis. So the tangents over the tangent over here actually means touch one point x-axis. Alright. So what's the meaning for tangent? Tangent means the curve and the straight line will only intersect at one point. This one we call tangent. So if the question says the curve is tangent to the straight line, means basically they only touch one point. So when they touch one point, means b squared minus 4ac must be equal to 0. If b squared minus 4ac is not 0, it's not 0 means what? Okay, if I say b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, means I randomly put any value bigger than 0. For example, maybe I put like maybe I put it 5. So you got x equals to negative b plus minus square root 5 over 2a. Because this is plus minus, right? So you have two answers, which is negative b plus square root 5 over 2a, and x equals to negative b minus square root 5 over 2a. So you have two different answers. Okay, so this is the reason why when b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, you have two distinct and real root. Because of if this is any the determinant is any value bigger than 0, you will get two answers. So two answers actually means what? Means the curve will touch the straight line at two different points. Okay, just like this. Okay, it means the curve will touch the straight line at two different points. Okay, so yeah, they will say two distinct root. Okay, this is some keyword lah, but then so whenever b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, actually means the curve is touch the straight line at two different points, or the curve is touch the x-axis. This is x-axis at two distinct points. Okay, both of these one also mean b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, because when determinant is bigger than 0, you will get two x value. Okay, so because of these two values, actually it means you will touch at two different x coordinates. Alright, and then the last one is less than 0. Okay, less than 0, you just imagine. Let's say I say x equals to negative b plus minus square root negative 2 maybe divided by 2a. Okay, if you try to use your calculator, you type square root negative 2, that means whatever negative value inside the square root, you actually will get math error. Yeah, the calculator will tell you it's math error, because it's unsolvable in your syllabus lah. Of course, if you go further like A level, you learn about complex number. Yeah, you actually can solve this one. But then in your level, square root, inside the square root you have negative value. That means this one cannot be solved. This is the reason why you will get no real root. This is two distinct and real root. Okay, so yeah, so therefore whenever b squared minus 4ac, you will get negative value, means less than 0. It's basically mean no real root. But then for no real root, in this topic they have a lot of other terms to to bring out the same meanings. Yeah. So no real root, it can be a lot of different meaning. So yeah, let me explain further a bit for b squared minus 4 is less than 0. Okay, give me a moment. I erase all this. Okay, because b squared minus 4 is less than 0, I think it's the most famous one because this one actually look a bit confused for some students. So yeah, I guess this is the reason why the examiner actually love to actually give something like this. So come back to this one, b squared minus 4ac less than 0. Yeah, they have few more terms. One term is they will say it's always positive, or you will see something like always negative. So always positive and always negative means what? Okay, if this is a curve, if this is an x-axis and y-axis, always positive means the curve is always above the x-axis. Mean the curve itself does not touch any does not touch the x-axis. Okay, the y-axis we doesn't count. We only count on the x-axis because you want to find the x value, correct? So whenever you see always positive or always negative, this means the curve doesn't intersect with the x-axis, so it means b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. So remember, whenever you see always positive or always negative, straight away come to your mind is they are always they are always b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Okay, but then how do we understand this from the equation? So for example, okay, let's have a look on always positive. Okay, how I know this equation is always positive? For example, I just randomly give you a equation. Let's say y equals to 2x squared minus 4x plus 7. So I will do b squared minus 4ac. So okay, so when I do b squared minus 4ac, my b is negative 4 squared minus 4a is 2, c is 7. Then I will get 16 minus a, 56. Then I will get negative 40. Do you see negative 40 is less than 0? Because this is b squared minus 4ac, correct not? So if b squared minus 4ac less than 0 means what? Means there's no real root. So this is the reason why this equation is always positive. Alright. Okay, then we go to the second term. The another types of words to tell you is b squared minus 4 is less than 0. So sometimes they will say it does not meet the x-acid. Does not meet the x-acid. Sometimes they can say does not meet the x-acid, or sometimes they can say the curve does not meet the straight line. Okay, it's the same thing. They will say the curve does not meet the straight line. Also means, is b squared minus 4ac, which is less than 0. Alright, so, or the last one, they can say something like, okay, the equations do not have real root. Okay, because do not have real root, also same meanings with no real root. Okay, so for b squared minus 4ac, you will always see all these different terms, and then you will need to understand the question is trying to means like b squared minus 4ac, which is like less than 0. So I'm going to show you an example, and I hope the example actually like help you to understand better about the question, the topics. Alright, so if the question says something like find the range value of h if the straight line, this is a straight line, does not meet the curve. So that means you have a curve here and you have a straight line here. Both of them does not meet. So if you see the word something like does not meet, first thing coming to your mind should be b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. But then over here you have two equations. So a lot of students will do the mistake is they straight away take this quadratic equation and take out the ABC and then do b squared minus 4ac, and you will find out you actually left out this equation. So for those questions, actually like they will use a straight line and a curve. The first thing coming to your mind is substitute into each other. Substitute y into each other. That means after you substitute y into the y here, you should form a general equation which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Then only you take out a, b, c to do the b squared minus 4ac less than 0. So what I will do over here is, will be for example, I will substitute the y into the y here. So that means 11 plus hx will equals to 13 minus x plus 2x squared. And then I will rearrange the equation. I mean this one is 2x squared. I mean I will move everything over here to the other side. It's minus x, and then will be minus hx plus 13 minus 11 plus 2 equals to 0. Alright, and then I will do one last step to make it look like this. Because you have both x here, and then this is negative. I do not like to solve in this term, so I will actually factorize out x. Alright, and then I always want to make here is positive, so I will do something like positive. Alright, if I factorize out the x here, because I will write the x here, x over here, this basically is negative 1 minus h. Negative 1 minus h. Okay, plus 2. So you can try to expand the x, actually you will get back the same thing. Then from here, it's quite obvious that this is my A, this is my B, and this one is my C. A is always the term beside the x square, B is always the term beside the x, and C is always the term only the number do not have x. Alright, so then only I will do the b square minus 4ac. Alright, and then when you read the question, whenever you see the word range, means you solve until the end, you will see the inequality symbol, which is something like less than, bigger than, less or equal, bigger or equal. Okay, this is the meaning for range. Right, so yeah, in this case, I will do the b square minus 4ac. My b square minus 4, my a is 2, c is 2. Is less than 0 because does not meet. Alright, then yeah, I just expand this one is y plus 2h plus h square minus this is 16 is less than 0. Then h square plus 2h will be minus 15. I will less than 0. Alright, then I will factorize this one, which is h. H 15 I use 5 and 3. This is positive, this is negative. Alright, then now here you have another important things to actually, you must solve it carefully for this one. Okay, whenever you have the quadratics, which is this one quadratic, and the inequality together, what you need to pay attention is, because a lot of students will make the common mistake is, because the student always solves like this. They will say h plus 5 will less than 0, and h minus 3 will less than 0. And then they will say h is less than negative 5 and h is less than 3. It sounds correct, but then for inequality for quadratic, you cannot solve like this. Alright, so you cannot solve like this. You cannot say the first bracket is less than 0 and the second bracket is less than 0. You have to solve like this. Whenever they are less than 0, you have to draw out the x-axis and the curve. Example. So this one, let's say the h will equals to 3 and negative 5. So I write the 3 here, negative 5 here. You imagine this is equal to 0. So your h will get 3 and your h will get negative 5, correct or not? So if less than 0, you just imagine on the x-axis the y equals to 0. Less than 0 means below here. That means your x value should get between the 3 and negative 5. This is how we write the final answer. Okay, if you see less than 0, okay, remember to do like this. If today I change it, the less than 0 become bigger than 0, okay, what you will do over here is you sketch the graph also. Okay, on the x-axis y equals to 0. So bigger than 0, this is negative 5 and 3 also. Bigger than 0 means the curve will continue go this direction and this direction. So you will get the value going outwards. So that means your h will get the value which is less than negative 5, because the curve will go this way. You'll go negative 6, negative 7, negative 8. So h will less than negative 5 and h will bigger than 3. Yeah, this is something quite important. Whenever you see the quadratic equation, mean you will see the equation with square and the inequality together. No matter what symbol is this, less than or bigger than or less or equal or bigger or equal, you always need to draw out this diagram and analyze it. You cannot straight away say this one is less than 0 and this one is less than 0. If you do like this, you can get one of it is correct and another one will be wrong. Alright, so yeah, this one you must be very be careful. Okay, so since I have a little bit more time, so let me like change a bit of the question. Yeah, just make sure you can understand better. Alright, so if I say this one, I say find the value of h. I erase the range. Find the values of h if the straight line, this one, will meet the curve at one point. Or I can say the straight line y equals to 11 plus hs is tangent to the curve. I can say is tangent to the curve. Alright, so whenever you see, yeah, the question either meet the curve at one point or the question says is tangent to the curve. So the first thing come into your mind should be b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. Okay, but then just now what I say is whenever you see straight line and a curve in this topic, you always need to do the substitution first. Okay, remember, sub y into each other. So what I will do is, I will do something like this. Just now, 11 plus hx equals to 13 minus x plus 2x squared. And then I will do the same thing like just now. This is 2x squared. And then I factorize out the negative. I still remember it's negative 1 and negative h, x plus 2. Then only I will do the b squared minus 4ac equal to 0, which is b. This is my b minus 4ac is equal to 0. Then I just solve this one. This is h squared plus 2h plus 1 minus 16 equals to 0. Then this is h squared plus 2h minus 15 equals to 0. Then I can easily get the value of h. This one I will get 5 and 3 positive and negative. So my h will equals to 3 or my h will equals to negative 5. Alright, it's the same thing. Alright, it's just if this one is equal, then you can straight away say the first bracket is equal to 0 and the second bracket is equal to 0. Okay, yeah, I hope this topic, I hope this short video can help you understand better about this topic. So yeah, just remember you have few term, b squared minus 4ac less than 0 equals to 0 and bigger than 0. Okay, so just revise before I end this video. Yeah, so first one is whenever you see b squared minus 4ac is equals to 0, mean 2 equal and real root. Okay, means when I say 2 equal and real roots means what? The curve can be, you always see the word tangent, they love to say the words tangent. Either the curve is tangent to the x-axis, either the curve is tangent to the straight line, mean they only touch at one point. Alright, then the second one, you will see b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, so they will say 2 distinct and real root. Okay, this one means the curve will touch the x-axis at 2 different points, or the curve will touch the straight line at 2 different points. Alright, so this one is easy. And the last one is b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. This one means no real root. Oops, I write wrongly. Okay, it means no real root. Or sometimes they will say does not intersect, or does not what happened to me? Alright, does not, they will say does not meet, does not intersect, or they will say always positive, always negative. Yeah, you see always either positive or negative. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot of term for b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Okay, but then over here I'm going to add some things, the new one. I mean, maybe for IGCSE student it's not the new, but maybe for SPM it's new. But then yeah, it might come out as a hot question. So I just mentioned here, which is the fourth one. If you see something like the question say, have real root. You only see the word real root means what? The question doesn't tell you is either 2 equal and real root or 2 distinct and real root. The question only tell you have real root. This one means what? If you see something like this, have real root, you see this one when they are equal sign, they have real root. When they are bigger, they have real root also. So it means if you see the word have real root only, mean you have to join both of these symbol. Mean this is b squared minus 4ac bigger or equals to 0. Alright, this is something extra, yeah, because I just worry that maybe the SPM will actually come out something that might not come out usually. Alright, I think that's all for this video. Yeah, I hope you find this video helpful. Anyways, thanks for watching.